What up, sports fans and fellow foodies? I'm Julie, and welcome to my kitchen, where each week I talk sports while whipping up culinary creations. Sports fans, this has been a crazy couple of days. There is so much going on in the world of sports, it's hard to narrow it down. And so I'm kind of spraying all fields tonight, and we're gonna make something we're gonna call our everything sports snack mix, because there's a little of everything going on right now. NBA Finals just wrapped up. Stanley Cup Finals wrapped up. We've got FIFA World Cup going on. Cubs, Sox. Oh, and the Bulls are hiring a new coach. Let's get to it. All right, what I've got here are our components. We've got some base pieces for our snack mix, and we've also got some crazy cool twists that you're gonna love. So let's start out with our NBA Finals, as I am starting with a base of 2 cups. I'm using corn checks. You can use any kind of checks you want, but that's gonna be my base there, 2 cups of checks. To that, I'm gonna add 1 cup of bagel chips. Now I bought this particular brand because they actually look like little bagels with a hole in the middle. I thought those were so cute, but they're kind of big for a snack mix. So 1 cup of broken bagel chips so that they're easier to eat. And that does kind of seem like a nod to New York, doesn't it? Bagel chips. New York had an amazing performance by Jalen Brunson. He was the NBA Finals MVP, poured in 45 points in the clinching game, and that was the one where they solidified their championship, the first in 53 years. But in the entire series, the Knicks were coming back from double-digit deficits, including Game 4. They were down 29 at the half, came back to win it. That is a record in NBA Finals history. So the Knicks go on to take over the Spurs. While over in the Stanley Cup Finals, you had the Carolina Hurricanes knocking off the Las Vegas Golden Knights 4-2. In that one, Jordan Staal, the captain for Carolina, 37 years old, he wins the Conn Smythe Trophy for MVP of the finals, and he does it 17 years between his first and second championships. So congrats as well to those Carolina Hurricanes picking up their second championship. All right, we take a quick pause on that sports talk to show you what else I'm adding. I'm putting in here 3/4 of a cup of rye chips. I'm using a garlic rye, but you can use any kind of rye chips you find. So we're gonna add that in there, and then I'm gonna add a cup of our mini pretzels. Use any kind of pretzels you want. You can use nuggets, you can use twists. I think these little ones are absolutely adorable. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those. And again, we're talking about what's easy to eat. All right, so this is looking kind of like a traditional snack mix, right? Tradition. Okay, speaking of tradition, the FIFA World Cup, breaking tradition with the longest tournament stretch in its history. It's going 39 days. USA took out Paraguay in the opening round, 4-1. 39 days. There's a lot of soccer left to come, and we're going to be watching all that as well. What else we got for you? We got the Bulls. They're going ahead and going to hire Thiago Splitter, the Portland Trailblazers interim coach, as their new head coach. He took the Trailblazers to the playoffs this season, and he's supposedly great at player development, which is something the Bulls are going to be looking for. All right, that's a name that's kind of a little bit of a surprise, a twist for Bulls fans. Here's a twist for our mix. These are roasted chickpeas. I've got 3/4 of a cup of them. You might want to know, what do these taste like? They sound strange. They're almost like a peanut that's airier or fluffier. I had never tried these before till I decided to incorporate them into this recipe, and surprisingly sneaky, delicious. Add some good crunch here, some extra salt. And you can find them in different flavors as well. So the ones I got were these right here, these Vienna, and they are just sea salt roasted chickpeas. They don't even taste like hummus or chickpeas, just a whole, like, I don't know, almost like a snack nut kind of favorite. They come in all sorts of different flavors, including an everything bagel flavor. But we're using just the sea salt ones because we're gonna get to our everything bagel in just a second. All right. Here's some crazy cool stuff we're gonna add as well, as we are talking crazy cool Cubs and White Sox stuff going on. The Cubs had a walk-off walk tonight in their opener against the Rockies in this series. Pete Crow Armstrong, he hit for the reverse cycle. Homer, triple, double, single. And then in what could only be kind of a PCA, are you kidding me kind of move, after he hit the single for the cycle, got picked off first base. But the Cubs came back with a walk-off win in the bottom of the ninth, and they take care of the Rockies 5-4. The White Sox are in this crazy stretch that everyone was worried about. Oh, they're facing the Phillies and the Braves and the Dodgers and the Yankees. And guess what? They're doing pretty well. 4-1 against the Braves and the Dodgers. The one game they lost in that stretch, that was an incredible pitching performance over the weekend from the Dodgers that was flirting with a perfect game. So the White Sox holding their own, and they're doing it with Mooney out. He is still injured, but they're hanging in there, and they're moving up the power rankings in MLB. So let's give you some crazy twists, just like those Cubs and Sox gave us some crazy twists. I love these two additions, and you will too. I have here, these are fried red peppers. They're kind of like those fried onion crisps that you can put on top of steak, or I like to put them in my salads. They taste amazing. You're gonna try these and say, why have I not heard of these before? You're welcome. And these are crazy good as well. These are masa strips that are chili lime flavored. So it's kind of like that tahini that you sprinkle on like watermelon or pineapple or cucumbers. Crazy good because it adds some zing and zest, but you're not adding spice. And as somebody who doesn't love spicy, I love the flavor they're adding. Again, you're gonna check these out and you're going to be amazed that you did not know about these before. The brand name on these is the Fresh Gourmet brand, and that's where I got my crispy red peppers as well. And you find these kind of in the produce section hanging around like with the croutons and the tortilla strips and stuff like that. All right, so I have this beautiful mixture, nice color, all sorts of different crunch and texture going on here. A couple other things I found at the grocery store. I know you love it when I share this stuff with you, little like hidden finds. Frito-Lay right now, in the Pringles style canisters, has all sorts of really cool mini snacks going on. Mini ranch Doritos, mini Sun Chips in the Harvest Cheddar flavor, which I love. These are the type of things you can add if you want to put a different spin on your snack mix. They've also got Cheetos and all sorts of different stuff going on, but they come in canisters like this. They're by the Pringles. I thought that was crazy cool when I saw that at the grocery store. I don't want to complicate what I have going on here too much, but if you're looking for a different twist or even just something to pop while you're snacking and watching games, that's a really cool addition. All right, we can't let this go without our seasoning, and I have some onion powder I'm going to sprinkle in here. So I have a half a teaspoon of onion powder, and here's another really cool, crazy twist. This is not just garlic powder, this is smoked garlic powder. So it's taking that regular garlic powder and it's putting a crazy little smoky twist on it. Again, found it in the produce section, and oh my gosh, when you smell it, you're gonna say, this stuff's the bomb. Why did I not know about this? I cannot wait to put it on vegetables and other things I'm gonna be cooking in the upcoming weeks. So I have my onion powder in there, my smoked garlic powder, and of course we're calling this our Everything Sports Snack Mix. So what do we need? Everything Bagel Seasoning. That's the finishing touch. I got a heaping bunch of it here, 2 to 3 tablespoons. You're gonna sprinkle that in, and I am just gonna toss all this together and just kind of let it all mingle. Now, what I have here, I'm gonna be tossing it. So if you go to take a handful, you're gonna kind of scoop up what you got on the bottom because you wanna get some of that salt and seasoning. If you want it to actually stick to your dry pieces, you can do one of two things. You can toss it with melted butter, put it in the oven so that it adheres a little bit. You want to do like 275 to 300 degrees for about 15 or 20 minutes. My fear with that is I would lose some of the original texture and crispiness of some of our cool pieces in here, some of our cool crunch. But if you're looking to get it to adhere better, if you don't want to just have it kind of powdery in the bottom of the bowl, you can go the oven route, or you can even take a butter spray, the type you see, like I can't believe it's not butter spray to spray on your veggies if you're watching calories and things like that. You can spray it and your powdery mix will adhere just as well. You're gonna be addicted to this. You are gonna be sitting there fishing out the parts you like as you're watching all these cool sporting events going on. You're gonna be saying like, oh wait, where were those little crunchy red pepper strips and things like that. And you're gonna incorporate these into other recipes you're making. So again, you're welcome. That's why I'm here, to show you all these cool twists and add-ins. So much going on right now in sports, So much to keep an eye on in the upcoming weeks. And we're going to start hitting things like MLB draft, and we still have the Bears Stadium issue to keep an eye on. And oh my gosh, baseball all summer long should be really exciting in Chicago. We hope. Fingers crossed. Saying our prayers. All right, that's what I've got for you tonight. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Feel free to put it in the comments if you try any of these cool twists, and even if they're things you've never heard of before and you just want to say like, hey, I can't wait to try that, or where did you find it in the grocery store? I'll help you with that. I'll hook you up. I'm Julie. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen. I'll see you next time.